Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian and welcome to No Holds Barred. I haven't uploaded a video in just a couple of months and I'll get into that a little bit later, but I want you to know I'm going to make it better effort to upload more often, more frequently, because I want to develop a community here on YouTube with all you other wrestling fanatics, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to get into some other types of content besides quizzes like I was doing before. Like today, we're going to talk about last night's Raw. Now, I did do a video last night following Raw, but unfortunately, I was so tired, I was so drained, it was a boring video, so we're going to redo it this morning, and let's get into it. Starting the show, we had Jey Uso making his victorious entrance, yeeting all over the place in Cleveland, celebrating his Royal Rumble win. Fans are into it. They were even asking for encore yeeting, because that's what we do here in 2025. We just yeet all over the place. Jey Uso got emotional during his promo. You know, he can't believe he's in a position like this. He's so happy the fans have been riding with him. But it was a hard promo to get through because he was just so emotional. But if you've been following his career, if you've been following with him, and if you're a fan of him, you kind of got with the promo. You were emotional with it. But it was spoiled when none other than the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, came out to interrupt him. Gunther basically just said, "Don't choose me. I don't want you at WrestleMania. I've already beaten you enough. You mean nothing to me. You do nothing for my resume at WrestleMania. I want to face people like John Cena and Roman Reigns." So Jey Uso fired up, basically saying, I don't even know if I'm going to pick you yet. I might go to SmackDown and talk to Cody. So we'll see where this goes. Following that, we had the Royal Rumble's Iron Man, Penta, versus the shortest time in the Rumble, Ludwig Kaiser, in a so-so match. It was just a mid-card match. Guys did their spots. Ludwig was hard-hitting. Penta had all of his flashy lucha moves. But the match ended with a Penta driver, with Penta winning. After the match, Jackie Redmond got in the ring to interview him. And then here comes Butch, or Pete Dunne, whatever you want to call him. As Pete Dunne's walking down, Ludwig attacks Penta from behind, and then there was a weird stare-off between Ludwig and Pete. Don't know if that's going to lead to a faction or a feud of their own. We'll see where that goes. Didn't really care too much about it. Speaking of not caring about it, here's the Judgment Day. Finn Balor is back following a couple weeks away after a street fight with Damian Priest. He gets in Dom's face saying, "You're screwing up everything for the Judgment Day." And it's basically revealed that Dom actually got Finn a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Don't care. Judgment Day has gone stale. And the only thing I really liked about him anymore was their entrance music. And now that's gone, and it's replaced by some generic BS. And it doesn't fit half the characters in that faction. So I don't care about the Judgment Day anymore. Following that, we had the other Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, coming out to what could be only said as a course of boos. Cleveland crowd was not into her. They booed her out of the building, and she fed into it. Being Charlotte Flair, I think she's used to the mixed reactions. When I was in Indy this past weekend, there was a lot of cheering from where I could hear, but it's also a huge venue, so if there was booing going on, I couldn't quite hear it. Anyway, Charlotte comes out, and she's cutting an emotional promo where she's basically like, boo me or woo me, I'm still here for you guys. I thought about the fans. I missed the fans all the time that I was gone. And now I'm here to win another championship. I'm going to WrestleMania. Then my favorite, Rhea Ripley, comes out and basically tells her to choose her so they can get the rubber match for their two other WrestleMania matches. But Charlotte basically, heals it up and tells her she doesn't interest her. So she's going to go to SmackDown, she's going to go to NXT, look at those champions and see what does inspire her. I don't know which feud we're getting. I'm going to assume we're getting Tiffy and Charlotte, which, I don't know, doesn't really inspire me. But really, I can't think of a feud that does inspire me involving Charlotte at the moment. Following this, we get a nice little moment with Jey and Sami, who kind of squashed the confusion from the Royal Rumble after Jey eliminated Sami by accident. Sami congratulates Jey, it's all good. Jey leaves, and then, here comes Karrion Kross, doing the same shtick he's been doing for 2 years now, where he's playing like devil's advocate. I really don't know where they're heading with this. I feel like everything with Karrion Kross is just a subplot to a subplot in the back of main plots. It's kind of like a guy who just takes credit for other people's work constantly. Because obviously, later on the night, we see the direction Sami's probably going to go in. So the Karrion Kross stuff, I just don't know what that's for at this moment. Next, we had one of our most beautiful friendships in the WWE. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky having a little moment backstage. Liv comes in, attacks Io from behind, and then Raquel jumps Rhea as well. and this is all going to lead into a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber later on in the night. And then finally, the New Day, they get a victory on TV ever since they've been Hills, and they get new intro music. To me, I kind of enjoyed it. I saw some people dislike it. They thought it was more generic music, but this actually sounds way better than anything that's been put out by Def Rebel lately. I don't even know if Def Rebel put the song out. I have to assume it because it had one of those weird catchphrase intros that they've been doing a lot lately, but it was still some cool music, some cool graphics behind it. It was like dark anime stuff. Really cool to see the design kind of aspect of the new heel team for New Day, but I would love to see more from this story. You had a hot angle a couple months ago with Big E, and I think they really need to capitalize on that more. But nonetheless, the New Day did get their first victory as a heel tag team against Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. This actually involved shenanigans from Logan Paul, who's facing off against Rey next week on Raw, so we'll see what that leads into. But hey, New Day gets a victory. Then we get an update on Roman Reigns' injury status following the Royal Rumble attack by Seth Rollins, and the update is that there is no update, so they're speculating that he's going to be out indefinitely. So we'll see where that leads. He's definitely going to probably be back for Mania. I mean, it's Roman Reigns. He'll be back. Then coming out to the ring, you had Io Sky selling her injuries from being attacked earlier in the night by Liv Morgan. Her and Liv actually have a hell of a match. These two did a killer job. Unfortunately, the match was ruined by just a crap finish. Basically, Raquel just kept interfering in the match, distracting Io, so Rhea came down, attacked Raquel to get a little bit of revenge on the attack that happened earlier in the night. But in this process, Liv actually started to punch and grab Rhea, so Rhea hit her in self-defense. Unfortunately, this led to a DQ. That means Liv is now qualified for the Elimination Chamber, while Io hasn't. After the match, Rhea came on to talk to Io. Io was mad at Rhea because she cost her the match. If this gets us a WrestleMania match between those two, I'm all for it. Then we went backstage to have a moment with the War Raiders, who basically gave props to JD McDonough for basically killing himself against the new and improved announce table. Then they were interrupted by American Made, who basically say, we're going to challenge you for the tag team championships, which I don't care about at this moment. But Chad Gable did say he is leaving American Made to go into a quest. So he made it sound like he's going to be gone for a number of weeks. He wants them to go on and win championships in his stead. But it sounds like we're going to get some really good, funny skits with Chad Gable and whatever this luchador angle he is going to take. So I'm all for it. Chad Gable's proven himself to be a great comedic act, as well as a great in-ring act. But the man's got some comedy chops, and I'm all for it. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun. We're going into WrestleMania. We already got our top stars. Let's let some guys have some other light. Get away from the serious stuff. Have some comedy, and let's just be entertained. Then Adam Pearce announced that AJ Styles will be coming to Raw. Then Braun Breaker came up to Adam Pearce, basically said, why don't you respect me as an IC champion? Let's go talk about it. Then we had Seth Rollins coming down to the ring in an attire that can only be described as if The Undertaker was in a Zoolander movie. Seth then cuts a promo saying he has no remorse for what he did to Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. In fact, that he doesn't mind that he lost the Royal Rumble because his two biggest rivals, Roman and CM Punk, also lost the Royal Rumble. Then he called out Sami Zayn. Seth basically wanted to fire up Sami before Sami's main event match against CM Punk to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Seth basically stated to Sami that, hey, I know you hate CM Punk just as much as I do, which Sami didn't really deny. Then as Seth is leaving Sami, Punk comes out. Him and Seth kind of get into a little skirmish. It's broken up. Punk gets in the ring and has a barn burner with Sami Zayn. These two go at it. They're getting really physical, really fired up, like they really don't like each other. But the match is back and forth, a lot of great near falls, a lot of great reversals. And in the end, CM Punk gets Sami Zayn, GTS, 1, 2, 3. And as Punk and Sami are shaking hands after the match, Kevin Owens comes out and attacks Sami from behind, gives him a package pile driver. This is going to be your WrestleMania match of the night. Either night it's on. It's going to be a fantastic feud. We've seen it before. It's always delivered. It's going to be fun. I used to say that I didn't want to see them wrestle anymore, but after the streak that KO's been on lately, and we need a good underdog, Sami Zayn, coming into WrestleMania to get us all up off our seats, cheering for him. I'm here for it. Overall, this was a solid Monday Night Raw episode. It wasn't super exciting. We didn't get any huge major storylines revealed to us after the Royal Rumble, but we're starting to see the seeds planted. But again, it was a solid night. night. You had two really good matches with Liv and Io, and of course the main event was CM Punk and Sami Zayn. But tell me what you thought of Monday Night Raw last night. Did you enjoy the new angles that we're starting to see for WrestleMania? What'd you think about Kevin Owens jumping Sami Zayn from behind? Let me know down in the comments down below, and I'd love to see your all's thoughts, see if you guys are kind of the same wavelength as me. If you enjoyed this Raw review, please leave a like, and also please subscribe to stay tuned for more content that we're going to be pumping out soon. Like I said, it's been a while since I put out a video, and there's just been a lot to deal with in my personal life and in my professional life. You know, we had the holidays, so you know we're through that now. I want to get back to having fun with wrestling. I want to get back to having fun with you guys. So please stay tuned. Again, please subscribe, please like, please follow. I want to build a community with you guys. Hope you want to build one with me. And also, I want to give a shout out to my first Royal Rumble. I got to go to the Royal Rumble this weekend, guys, and I had a blast. I got to take my girlfriend to her first ever wrestling show, and it was great seeing her have a good time. Maybe one time we'll get her on here to talk about wrestling with you guys. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Please have a great day. Stay safe. Take care.